Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial for Kinetic MOGRT. I am going to go over how to create this MOGRT, which is another set of bullets. I'm going to make this a little bit longer, and let's just take a look at the things that we can change. We can change the color group. I'm going to leave it as it is, but you get the idea. You can change the color of the text. You can change the color of the bullet. You can change the text source, so I'm just going to type Louisa Winters. This is a cool MOGRT. And notice that I'm using only 5 of these lines, so I'm going to delete the text of the other ones, which of course deletes the bullet. This is important. All right, so then I have a background image or video that I can use. So I'm going to use this video and I'm going to go into its timeline. And just like with other MOGRT, I want to create, I want to start here because I want that push on these icebergs, right? Alrighty, so this is it. This is good. And I can control the darkness of that video. I can control the line separation, and I can control the scale and the position of the text. And in fact, I want it here. And this is the MOGRT that we have, and we're going to learn how to do this one right now. Alrighty. So here in After Effects, we are using the same project that we have been using for the previous Kinetic MOGRT. So I'm just going to create a new folder here, and I'm going to call it Kinetic MOGRT 6, actually, dash bullets. And actually, I'm going to make all those caps. And there you go. All right, so in here, I'm going to do it a little bit differently than before. I am going to create a new composition, and I'm just going to call it line 1, right? So it's just line 1, and it's going to be Ultra HD, so the width anyway, so 3840, but maybe the height, I'll make it 400 pixels. So let me redo that. And 400 pixels, something like this, all right? And I'm going to now create the bullet. And again, the bullet can be anything that you want it to be, all right? So I'm going to do one just like what I did for the last one, which is going to be like, yay, right? And yeah, blue is fine. And I'm going to connect that to a color controller so that people can change this however they want. And now I'm going to create a text box. All right, so I'm going to create a text box. And it's going to be left aligned, and the font can be Roboto and bold and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to type, this is my line. All right. So in fact, I'm going to make this a little bit more like yay. And now I'm going to move it down like yay. All right. I don't care too much about where the anchor points are because this is actually going to be fixed. I'm not going to give people the opportunity to change the size of the bullet or the size of the line. Having said that, this bullet is a little large. So in fact, let me center this anchor point. So press and hold Control and then double click the anchor point tool, and there you go. And I'm going to make it smaller like yay. This is good. I'm also going to move the line, well, with the correct tool, right? I'm going to move the line here. And I think I'm going to move the anchor point here. All right. And I'm digging that. All right. So this is good. This is exactly what I want. Now I'm going to create, let me drag this in here. now I'm going to create the actual MOGRT composition, right? So I'm going to click on the new comp panel here, and I'm going to call this Kinetic MOGRT 5-bullets. In fact, I'm going to have bullets all caps, and it's actually Kinetic MOGRT 6. There you go. I'm going to copy that, click OK, and now I'm going to target the Kinetic MOGRT 6, and I'm going to paste the name in here. All right. Now, that line is going to be part of the MOGRT. All right. So this is what the line is. The MOGRT itself, let me go to the settings here. No. There you go. That's what I mean. And now I'm going to move this guy. Yeah, actually, the anchor point there is good. All right, so this is my line. Okay, so we are good with that. I need to connect now this for the color control of the text and of the bullet. I need to connect it to a null object. So layer, new, null object. I'm going to call the null object control. And I'm going to add the effects, expression control, so color control, right? So I'm going to call this bullet color. I'll duplicate it. I'll call this text color. And I'm going to add another effect, expression control, slider control. I'm going to call this line spacing. All right. And I think this is good. So the bullet color is going to be this similar blue. The text color is going to be white. All right. So now I need to go here and I'm going to rename this bullet. And now I'm going to solo the properties. So here we go. This is the color of the bullet. I'm going to actually just drag this here. Right. And I'm going to solo the supported properties here. And here's the bullet color. And here is the bullet color. All I'm going to do is I'm going to pick width from here to here. The expression is written for me and everything is good. So now for the line itself, for the color of the text, I need to add an animator. So fill color, RGB, and in fact, let me solo those supported properties again. And I'm going to add an expression here and I'm going to connect them simply by pick whipping. And I think we're good now. I'm going to put these back here. All right. So I have the line and I have the bullet. I'm going to close this and I am going to close this as well. So about the only thing is that I want for the user of this MOGRT to control the line separation, and we did that with an expression. So let's select the line, press P for position, right click the word position and separate the dimensions. We're going to add the expression to the Y position, right? And it's going to go something like this. Value. Right? So whatever you are, plus index. And the index is this number. Layer 1, the layer on top is always number 1. The one right under it is 2, 3, 4, and you get the idea. And then times, and we're going to connect it to the control here. Right? So here we go, times the line spacing slider. And of course, this is just to test it, right? Let's just go here and let's see if it's working, and it is. So this is perfection. All right. I'm going to delete the extra lines here and I'm going to reset the line spacing here. All right. About the last thing that I have left is, if there is no text, I want for the bullet to be hidden. So let's go ahead and double click this so that we can add the expression to the opacity of the bullet. And in the previous tutorial, we had ChatGPT write that for us. So let's go to ChatGPT again and just copy that expression. And we're just going to copy that code. Back in After Effects, we're going to add that expression to the opacity of the bullet. So Alt or Option, click on the stopwatch. And it's going to give us an error, okay? So there it is, and that's because of the layer name. All right, so it's just called your text layer name. And of course, this layer is called my line. I'm just going to copy that, right? And now I'm going to paste it here. And now the error goes away. And this is what happens now if I type or I delete. The bullet goes away, and then if I type something new, then the bullet stays. All right, so no text, no bullet. And I'm digging that. Okay, so I think I'm good with this. About the only thing that I have to do is I have to add an animation. So I am going to add an animation to this. Let me just go P for position. I'm going to start with this a little bit higher because the control, let me go ahead and reset that so that it starts at 0. It doesn't mean that we're going to leave it at 0, but it just gives me a good idea on when to, where to start this. And I'm going to start it actually here. And I'm simply going to rotate this in 3D, right? So I am going to have the X rotation. I'm just going to keyframe it. And I'm going to make it last 1 second. And now I'm just going to rotate it. I don't know, like yay, right? So this is what I have. And it's just a quick rotation like that. I'm going to F9 this so that I get an easy ease. And, you know, why not? Let's have a little bouncy bounce. Let's have a little bouncy bounce. So that we have something like that. In fact, let me make this a little bit longer. And, oh, come on. No snapping. Oh, and this has to end at 0. Ha! I'm digging that. There you go. And in fact, you know what? Let's have the bouncy be a heck of a lot more. I'm digging that, all right? So now let's add a light to this. So layer, new light, right? And the spotlight is fine, and a white light is good. And I'm not gonna have it casting shadows or anything like that, because what I want is just a little bit of sheen to the light, to the text, you know. So I'm gonna zoom in here. I'm gonna go like yay. Yeah. All right, and now I'm going to add cast shadow, lens, light transmission, specular, and metal. Yes, yes. Specular intensity. Let's have it at a little bit more. And the metal to a little bit less, and let's see what that's doing. I am digging that. About the only thing is that I want for this light at the end to just give it to me a little bit brighter. And let's check that out. You know what? I'm really enjoying that. All right, so I'm really enjoying that. If I just copy this now, and I'm going to zoom out and have as many lines as I need to have, then I'll be good. But then they all refer to the same composition, so I can't have that. Let's go ahead and duplicate these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just going to have 10 bullets now. So I'm just going to drag these guys here, right? And I have line 1, and then I have all the other ones here. So I'm going to select all of them. P for position, I am going to, I'm going to separate the dimensions of all of these guys, and I'm going to keyframe the Y position. Actually, I'm going to add an expression to the Y position of all of them, right? But not the X. All right, so here we go. The X was also selected. I don't want that. And so I'm just alt clicking on the stopwatch. That was my fault. All right, so here we go. I'm going to copy this Y position and I'm going to paste it onto everybody. All right, that way all of our letters will be, all of our lines will be one on top of each other. And now I'm simply going to copy that and paste, paste, paste. And I'm simply pasting so that all of them get the same expression, so that when I change the value for the line spacing, they're all good. All right, so I don't want an expression here. And there you go. And this is line 9, and I'm almost done. This is line 10. All right, so all of them get the same expression. Let me collapse all of them here now. And now if I go here and I go to the Effect Controls panel, I can separate them like yay. And there you go. So only one of these is animated. Let me go ahead and select and make all of them 3D. And now I'm just going to go and copy, right? So I have the X rotation, the specular intensity, and the metal and everything else. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it here, here, here. In fact, I'm going to select all of them and paste them all at the same time. And now we should have something like that. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so this animation is lasting about 2 seconds. And you know what? I think I also want to do the opacity. So T for opacity. I'm going to select everybody and I'm just going to add a keyframe. And then the value will be 0. And then I am going to not quite go to 1 second, but I'm going to type a value of 100 and now F9 it so that we get an easy ease. And this is kind of what I want. I'm going to select just one now, and I'm going to add a transform. A transform effect to this, and I'm simply going to keyframe the position let me actually do it here. To about yay, right? And then it should come down if I reset it to here. So I'll select them both, and now F9, and now I can move these here. And I can elongate this to 2 seconds or something like that. Running. So let me check that out. Actually, you know what? It's not coming from above because it's rotating at the same time, so it is. But I'm actually digging that. I may have the X rotation be a little bit faster. You know what? I'm actually digging that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Yeah, I'm digging that. All right, so I'm going to select all of these guys, and I'm going to select everybody else. And now I'm going to paste, and let's make sure that everything is the same in all of them. Yeah, I'm digging that. And this is all good, but the animation is a little too slow, so we're going to speed it up. So I'm going to maximize this panel. That's the tilde key. I'm going to select all of the keyframes, like yay. And now I'm going to press and hold the Alt or Option key, and I'm just going to bring this down to 1 second. All right, I'll press the tilde key again. And now let's see what we have. This is good. This is very good. All right, so I'm going to select all of these layers, and I'm going to collapse. And now at the end of the animation, which is here, I am going to make all these layers shorter. So Alt or Option, right square bracket. Now I'm going to select the top one, press and hold Shift, select the bottom one. And by one, I mean the line of text. Now right click one of them, go to Keyframe Assistant, Sequence Layers, do not overlap, and click OK. All right, so this is what we have now. We can select all of these guys. Let's go to the end of the composition, and now Alt or Option, right square bracket, and this is what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? And I'm digging that. And, you may be asking yourself, what about the position of the bullets and all of that? This is something that we can take care of in Premiere Pro, because this is on an alpha, so we can simply do it in Premiere Pro without any issue. But what if we want to add a background here? Well, we can. We can. And in fact, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to create a new composition, and I'm just going to call it background, right? And I'm just going to type here, this is a video placeholder, right? And that's it. I don't need to do anything else. In fact, you know what? Yeah, let's add a solid. Oh, say darker green. Oops, I'm mad. Right, so this is a video placeholder. And because of where the bullets are, I'm going to change the position of the text, and I'm just going to put it here, right? And now I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to put the background here at the bottom. All right, so this is a video placeholder. And I think that's about it. Right, so I have a video placeholder, and in fact, what I want to do is I want to add a solid, and I'm going to make it black. And I'm going to change the opacity of that solid so that I can make the background video darker or brighter, depending on what I have. So, okay. I'm going to have some groups. This is going to be the color group. I'm going to have another group, text source. And I'm going to add one more group, and I'm going to call it line separation. I guess I didn't have to have a group for that, but I'm going to have one last group, and I'm going to call it background video or background image, because it could be a still, right? So, all right, so let's go to the color group. I'm going to solo the supported properties, and this is the bullet color. You know what? Oh, it's because it's yeah, right. Add property to essential graphics. Yeah, you know what? I'd rather simply just drag it. So bullet color, text color. I'm going to have this be a capital T. I'll do the text source in just a little bit. So the line spacing is going to be here, and the background image is going to be here, right? And I'm going to add to this. Oh no, this is line 1. No. We gotta get rid of this. Let me select everybody and collapse. So this is the background image, right? And then T for opacity, and this is going to be background darkness. All right? Yeah. I'm thinking this is good. And about the only thing I have left to do is the text source. All right, so I'm going to close the background. I'm going to close line 1. I'm going to select all of these lines and then double click them. And of course, they all open up. And now I can go solo supported properties, solo supported properties, solo. I'm on line 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. I'm going to start with 1. So source text. I'm going to call it line 1 text. Capital L. I don't understand what I out capital at the beginning. All right. So this is line 2. Paste line 2 text. And I'm going to cut, and I'll see you when I'm done doing all of these, because it's kind of boring. Alrighty, so this is what we have now in our Kinetic MOGRT. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is great. And again, I am not going to have them fade out or whatever, because that's something that I can do in Premiere Pro with a transition or a simple fade out or whatever. So this is actually very good. This is a video placeholder is good. And about the only thing that I want to do, I want to pre-compose all of these guys so that I can change their position and their scale later on in Premiere Pro. All right, so I'm just going to go layer, pre-compose, and I'm going to call it lines of text. Click OK. And now it's going to give me expression errors. I'm just going to copy the control layer and paste it here. And then I'm going to separate this. This is going to be the line separation. So not the one from the other one, but this one instead. All right, so line separation, line spacing. And yeah, this is good. All right. I'm going to edit this range so that it goes from 0 to, I don't know, 500. Yeah, I think this is good. All right. Now I can go back here and I can create a new group, and I'm going to call it text or bullet properties. Right. And I'm going to have scale. Right. So bullets. Just scale, right? And now P for position. Position. All right, so scale, position, right? So this is good. The text source, Let's see, if I delete this line, the bullet should be deleted as well, and it is. So I think we are good now. I'm going to leave it like that. And so this is good. Background image. I can make it darker. I can make it brighter. This is very, very good. I'm going to save the project, export the motion graphics template. I'm going to leave all the defaults. And the only keyword will be my name. Click OK. And now we're going to go onto Premiere Pro. All right, here in Premiere Pro, here is my Kinetic MOGRT 6. And it just dawned on me that I didn't create the protective areas, but that doesn't matter. Let's test that this is good. Let's test the color group. Right, so I don't know, light green, there you go, text color, horrible yellow, and it works, okay? So the text source, I'm just gonna type my name. This is cool. And I'm gonna delete, and finally delete. And let's see if this is cool. Perfect. I'm actually going to delete this because I don't need it. So the text source is working perfectly well. The line separation is working well. The background image, I'm going to add this to that. This is good. And I'm going to go to that timeline. Yeah, I want that push that we've been using. This is good. And background darkness. Oh, yes. This is perfection. So about the only thing that I have to do is create the protected areas of the MOGRT. So I'm gonna go back into After Effects and do that. And here we go. So this is line 1. I am going to press the letter N, and then I'm going to create a protected area. I'll start it here. Protected area. Yeah. Protected area, that's 3. This might a little bit longer. And there you go, right? So I'm just going to save this poster time. Save, export. I'm simply going to go to Browse. I'll press and hold Alt or Option and then replace this guy. And yes, I can make it now longer. So Louisa Winters, this is cool. And you know what? I may need to change the timing of this a little bit because I didn't quite make all of the protected areas the same, but I think you get the idea. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know I did, and I get it. It's very similar to the other one that we had. I try to add something new each and every time because I know these are things that I can use. So if I can use them, I'm sure you can as well. If you enjoyed it, hit subscribe, hit like, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.